People will hear the word autism and they immediately assume that there's something wrong with you. They think that you're slow. But honestly, getting diagnosed with autism was honestly the best thing that ever happened to me. Right now, I got to clear some things up because people done got a lot of stuff wrong. So before I got diagnosed, I basically went my entire life feeling as though I was different from everyone, feeling like I didn't fit in, feeling like I had no purpose. I was always masking my feelings. I felt like there was something wrong with me. I just felt different from everybody else. So I literally would deal with a lot of rejection and just not being accepted by my peers, which really, really hurt me, honestly. And I spiraled into depression and anxiety. I got very addicted to drinking alcohol. I'm talking like blackout drunk. And the whole time, I'm just over here thinking that I'm weak, and so is everybody else around me. But then I get diagnosed, and that's when all the fun starts. That's when things start to change a little bit once I get diagnosed. I mean, I already knew I was autistic. I already knew that was the case. But it felt like having a professional confirm that I'm autistic helped a lot. It helped people to even believe that I was autistic, because if I can't, you can't make this up. A lot of people didn't even believe that I was autistic, or they didn't really accept the idea. I was really relieved when I got diagnosed, but to be honest with you, there's still a lot of grief that I deal with. Like when I was in kindergarten, elementary school, first grade, second grade, all the other kids treated me different. The teachers had treated me different. And autism wasn't, Asperger's wasn't really a thing back then. I can't erase all that. I don't want to say suffering, but I can't erase all that trauma, being bullied because I was different, being bullied because I was weird or whatever. So there's still a lot of grief that I'm currently healing from right now. So what I've been learning over the past few years, I got diagnosed about a year and some change ago, I've been learning that autism doesn't change who you are. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or a deficit in you. I still walk around like I own the place. I still got like a fuck ton of confidence in myself. I'm still that man, you know what I mean? Once I got a better understanding of autism, that it's literally, your brain's just wired differently. It don't mean that there's something wrong with you. I stopped going to sleep hating myself. I stopped going to sleep looking at myself like I was a failure or there was something wrong with me. And I just started accepting myself for who I am. And I wasted a lot of energy on the pretending and the masking and everything. But to be real with you, you want to know where I put all that energy at? I put it all into the gym. I put it all into meditation and my spiritual growth and my journey with God. And I ain't saying it's perfect or nothing like that. I still have my hard days, I still have days where I just feel tired and I just feel worthless. But at the same time, I'm grateful for how far I've come and everything I've built in life. I built this amazing physique. I get to wake up whenever I want to and do what I want. I live a flexible life and I just get to make money, I have a YouTube channel. This here is honestly what I say. God don't make mistakes. God made you the way that you are for a reason. So you can't overlook that. You can't be getting down on yourself. You can't be letting these people get you down. Your brain just works differently. You're wired differently. It's just a difference. It ain't a defect. It's kind of like having two computers. You got Windows and you got Mac. You got, Apple. Just different operating systems. And when you look at it that way, they make it a whole lot different. They make it a whole lot easier for you to wake up and choose yourself. It don't matter if you autistic or not. You just gotta wake up and choose yourself, bruh. And I ain't even gonna lie. All that pain and suffering, all that stuff you went through because you ain't really know you was autistic, you can't get that back. You can't go back and change it. But all you can do now is literally just forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for all the, all the mistakes you made, all the mistakes people made towards you. And some people, they won't get it. They gonna think you just making up excuses, or they'll say something like, oh, everybody's a little autistic. But bro, you got to let that go. You got to let what people think about you go. It don't even matter what they think, bro. This is your life. This is your transformation. This is your journey. The only thing that matters right now is you and God. Your journey with God. That is all that matters right now. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the fence about getting diagnosed, to seeing if you got it, the one thing I'll say is that getting diagnosed, it definitely make it easier, because then you actually have a medical professional, asking you a bunch of questions about, what was your childhood like, or stuff like that. And then when you actually get the diagnosis and they be like, okay, well, yeah, you have autism. Now you know what you're working with. Now you know what your strengths and weaknesses is, bruh. Now you know how to navigate through life. It don't get easier overnight, but once you know who you are and what you know what I'm saying, it's literally gonna make your life a whole lot easier, because when you do certain things, you're gonna know why you're doing those things and what causes them, and then you can deal with the problems, deal with everything head on, So I feel like part of your purpose is knowing who you are. That's part of what's gonna make you purpose driven. And you gotta understand why God made you the way he made you. And then you gotta tap into your talents. You gotta tap into your strengths. And once you figure out what your strengths is or your special interests, you got to double down on that, bro. Like I say in every single video, we are purpose driven over here. You know what I'm saying? And if you can relate to what I'm saying, like, comment, and subscribe. And you know what I mean? Drop your story, your diagnosis story, your autism story in the comments. You know what I'm saying? We love to hear it, bro. You already know what the deal is. My name is Raheem. We purpose driven over here. Never give up. Your younger selves rooting for you. Peace.